Hello there, people of the internet. Welcome back to another day at the ranch. Today we are going to be milking Essie. I mean, I milk Essie twice a day, every day, but today I'm bringing you with me. So just came up to the barn. So as you can see, Essie is back there. She is ready to go, just waiting. So kind of quick review of what happens before we even get up to the barn is, one, this gets cleaned every night, hand washed, and so it needs to be put together. There's a couple pieces for this lid, gets put together. Then we've got 3 buckets, 1, 2, 3. So this bucket is bleach water. It is diluted. It is not a very strong bleach. And this one I still don't know about. Everybody in the milking community uses bleach to clean the milk machines, and it still makes me a little uneasy because it's bleach, and, which is not great. But anyways, we do use this. There's a little bit of bleach in that water just to kind of sterilize the machine before milking. And then we've got actually this little pail. You'll see where that comes in use in just a minute. So just some warm soapy water. This bucket is warm soapy water. So this bucket is for after we're done milking. We run warm soapy water through the machine first, and then this is hot vinegar water. We'll run this one immediately after running the warm soapy water. So that's kind of what we prepare at the house before we even come up. Now that we are at the barn, what do, Rev?
We milk.
Okay, well there's a few more things we got to do.
We get the food ready and get run out of the milk. We get the fake cow out of the milk stanchion. Come on.
Oh, yeah, pretty funny. Okay, so coming into the tack room, this tack room is a disaster,
Yeah,
but
we know, but
that's okay. Yeah, watch out for the rat traps. We have had a lot of rats in here, primarily because we just had the feed. Well, initially the feed was on the floor, and then the feed was on this rack. Rats really just went to town with it. So we've been doing what with the rats?
we killing them.
Well, we've been trapping them. Yep.
One wasn't actually killed. And then burning them.
Okay, so Ari, let's go ahead and get us a scoop of feed.
Perfect. Don't forget her meds.
And so this is a 16% livestock feed from a local mill. Yep, that's good. Go ahead and pour that in there. Also mixed in here, we've got alfalfa pellets. Hang on. Now we gotta fill that with feed too. Okay, there we go. That's good. And then what are you doing over here?
Getting the meds.
What she's got is just vitamin E capsules. They're not meds, but vitamin E does help increase cream supply. So that's what we are doing. We give her 4 in the morning and 4 at night. So 8 capsules a day, and that seems to be working pretty well for her. So let's take this out. Rennie, can you close the door, please? Thank you. Okay, so then coming back this way, here's the milk machine. So the milk machine basically just sits here, covered up, just so it doesn't get any dust or anything, and then grabbing this iodine. Let's go. How you doing, Rainy? Oh. So basically just hooking up the hoses to the milk jug.
And I'll leave it for the cleaning.
Yep, Ari's gonna drop that in the bucket and turn it on.
Remember that time when I broke the handle off?
Yep.
But Ari, open up that plug. Open up that plug. Get it? It's close. It has to be close. But when I could have got splattered. That's we were right there.
So now the machine is sterile from running that bleach cycle, and now we are good to go. Feed bucket with a little bit of feed goes in there. We're gonna go get Essie, bring her in, and then she gets this out in the pasture after we're done milking.
We're going to get Essie. She's ready. He's right What's there. Next? Hey, Daddy, we should fly spray her today.
Yeah, we can do that after.
Close up the gate.
Basically, we built the stanchion with the intention of the gate just being able to butt up against it. We've got this rope halter here that I just use as a little lock in there, just to make sure it doesn't swing open. So we've got a couple of rags. First rag, basically take it, get it in the wet water, in the warm soapy water, and now we just go around and clean her teats. Make sure there's no dirt or poop or anything on her that we don't want.
Why is that one so tiny?
I don't know, it's just, they vary in size, that's okay.
Daddy, why can't I spray her before?
Because I don't want her sprayed while she's up here right now. Okay. So then, I go ahead and strip her.
Cause we hand milk?
No. So basically just about four squirts. Just
for each one?
Yep, just to make sure that she is
clean.
Like if there was any bacteria buildup or anything right inside, that would kind of clear that out. Or any type of buildup, really. And then this is an iodine. This is iodine, and so.
Essie.
She just wants to say hi.
She licked me.
Okay, so yeah, I sprayed her teats with iodine. There are different like teat cup type deal that you just put over it. We have one. I've never used it. We just started using the sprayer before we even ordered that thing, and the sprayer seems to work fine. So basically, just go around, spray her teats, and then let that sit for 30 to 45 seconds before I come back in and wipe them off. And Miss Essie here is just very intrigued right now.
She doesn't have any more food. She's trying to lick the camera.
Yep. So essentially at this point, again, there's just a little bit of food in there, so she's done with her feed. Now she needs to stand here and be patient. So Essie's back bags or hind bags are typically more full than the front bags. So what you'll see me do is I'm gonna get this turned on, I'll put the back two on, then hold the front two for about 45 seconds to a minute, and then I'll go ahead and put those on, and we'll just let it ride until we're just about done. So let's go ahead and get that started, get that pulled. Gotta be kidding me. The one day I'm recording this, she decides to pee. Why? Now, Essie, no, leave the camera alone, please. She has peed while on the stand before. Not quite this early though. Typically, the few times that she has done it, in
it's usually close to when we're done.
Milked, is closer to when we're done after all four are actually on, and so at that point, this is a closed system and there's really no concern. Obviously now she just peed. So her udders were, a couple of her udders were exposed, and I didn't want that, I didn't want that sitting there to get splashed on while she was peeing. So I pulled that off, as you saw. So what I'm gonna do now, is I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe her down again and spray her with iodine. You just figured, camera's watching, let's pee. Okay, so basically I don't run it for a specific amount of time. I just watch until she starts dropping. Like so, as you can see, there's quite a bit of milk coming through this tube, and so once I see that start to reduce down to just a little bit. So at this point we are done with milking, and basically it's just going to be getting Essie back out to the pasture and then taking this back, this milk back to the house. Come on, Essie, let's go. And so now I've got this feed. Come on, girl, you gotta come around. So back at the house now to process the milk, get it bottled. What you're gonna see is me process this or get it bottled, filter it, all that. I did realize I forgot to do a couple of things with Essie before I let her out of the stanchion. So the two things that I will typically do is I will get some of, I will express some milk and just rub that all over her teats just to kind of moisturize them, make sure they're not getting dried out. And then also go through and spray her again with the iodine. Again, I forgot to do both of those, and I do forget from time to time. Just with everything going on, the kids were getting a bit chaotic and all that, so just forgot to do it. Not a huge deal, we'll get her on the next one. So let's go ahead and get this milk taken care of. So first, just grabbing a couple of jars, grabbing the funnel. So this is a milk filter. Basically, you're just getting any large particulates out of the milk. We really don't have that issue because it is coming through the machine and it is already a closed system, so there's not all kinds of stuff getting in. But we do it anyways. Basically, we'll just go. Sometimes it goes a little slower than others, but we work with it. And then today is Saturday. This morning we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 3.5 gallons. Hey Siri, she gave 3.5. So I did a little thing using Siri shortcuts, and I've got an application where I'm actually tracking how much milk we're getting every time we milk, what time we're milking at, all of that. And so utilizing Siri shortcuts, I'm able to just tell Siri, hey, this is when I'm milking, and then after we're done milking, hey, this is how much milk we actually got from her for that particular milking session. If Arianna wants to, we can actually throw in some charts and graphs to see, like, okay, how much milk are we getting every day from her? In addition to, like, okay, based on the time period between milking sessions, how much milk? Like, is it higher when it's a longer period between milking? Is it lower? And yes, obviously that is true, but it's interesting to see kind of how that changes based on, oh, you know, today it was 10 hours between milking, and tomorrow it's 12 hours, 13 hours, something like that. So it is really interesting to start seeing kind of those trends, and so yeah, you know, just kind of geeking out, I guess. Now basically just need to take this back up to the milk machine, get that cleaned up, and then we're done with milking until this evening. So in the mornings after I milk, I do put this tarp over it just so that the sun's not hitting all the tubes and everything right off, just because, you know, that's could potentially cause some issues with UV damage. Rather than putting it back in there and pulling it out, just easier I find to throw this up here. Over to the vinegar wall.
We're bringing the horses to the front pasture today. Don't worry, I'll keep you sturdy. You're just fine. I will keep you vlogging because we're bringing the horses today. There's little Rooney. Rooney's here, but we're bringing the horses. Horsey horse, horsey horse, Hussy, no. Hussy, huss.
Good?
Yep. Here is Phoenix, and Brady's going in. Now Phoenix is coming in. Don't go in. We've got the horses roaming free.
Look at Phoenix. Hey, my baby.
Even if
Well,
those
she's
kids
never
don't.
gotten to be on a fence line with them. It's okay, that's my field. So we're splitting this pasture. They're gonna be here. And Miss Essie here is gonna be on this other half of this front pasture. Hi, Miss Essie. How you doing? You're looking pretty good.
Okay, it's later in the day. It is, holy moly, it's almost 2. By golly.
I still want to go, Daddy.
What's up?
I want to go.
You don't want to go?
I still want to go.
You ready to go?
I still want to go.
You still want to go?
I still want to go.
Where did my water go? My water's in the house.
Oh.
I didn't bring it out. Are you gonna go get it?
Can you? And I will get the water for you. I will get my water.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so it's almost 2. Really have not gotten a ton done today. It is very hot. It's like, I think it's like 93, but it's like a field's like just under 100, like 98. And it is brutal just having walking outside, you feel it. And so coming out to do manual labor doesn't seem the most fun thing to do. But, oh, you didn't, did you even look for your water?
I'm not going to find my water.
Did you look for your water?
Yeah. It's in my room.
Oh, okay. So coming out to the big pasture here, last night you can see, at least I hope. Thor, what's up, bud? So there's this pink surveyor string line going all the way across this pasture. So we're gonna cut this pasture in half, a lower half and an upper half. And then we're gonna start using this for rotational grazing. We're gonna actually break it out into 10 different like temporary paddocks. We're gonna have temporary lines then that we just move to kind of shuffle them down and then back up and around, and then eventually once we get that portion fenced in, we'll be able to we'll actually pull that, what is supposed to be a gate there in that corner, and we'll be able to bring the animals down, bring them, kind of loop them around that pasture, bring them back up one side, out to the front pastures, loop them around the front pastures, back down here, this side, back out, loop them around, back up, and it'll just be a continuous cycle there. But as of right now, my plan for today is to at least get the posts set for that midline in here. So we can at least start doing some rotational grazing within this pasture in a more thought out manner than what we were doing before, where it was just like, okay, this part's green, we're just gonna kind of fence off this area and let them be there. And so once we get into this routine, it is gonna be a daily moving of the animals. And so really just trying to plan ahead and get things lined up so that when we do get to that point of moving the animals every single day through here, that it's a fairly easy, simple, streamlined process. Oh, did you start the drone?
No, you did.
No, you did. I turned it on, I turned the remote on, but you, my dear, just turned it on.
No.
Yeah, you started it.
I'm not touch the bucket. Touch these.
You didn't touch the button, just those?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, well guess what? That's how you started it. Yeah, you did. It's hot, so I'm gonna put the drone up, try and get some aerial shots of getting this stuff done.
Somebody else, let's help ourselves. Leave our troubles on the shelf. Don't you worry, we're gonna find all we need in our sunset paradise.
So as the drone was up there, my phone overheated. So I couldn't see anything with the drone after that, and so I was just watching it go, and that was pretty fun. Most of the time when I have the drone up there, I'm just watching the camera and trying to figure out like, okay, well, it looks good, rather than just like, man, this is fun. But like in that case, I couldn't see what the camera saw, so I was just watching it just, so I'll be interested to see what that looks like. But I mean, that's just a testament to how hot it is outside. So what are you working on?
Dealing with the 13 pounds of blueberries that we got yesterday going blueberry picking. So we're getting 2 batches ready to just go in the freezer to freeze them, and then we'll move them to like a Ziploc because the kids just like to eat frozen blueberries. So a lot of those, we'll be doing that. And I'm using Ryan's new office chair because it's great. Well, you don't have to just sit like this. You can sit like this in it, or you can sit regular, or sit on it sideways.
Designed for ergonomics and whatnot, and there's a bunch of different ways you can sit on it. I've been looking at this chair and wanting this chair for a few years now, but I've had it for like a week and it is amazing. I love it so much. A Japanese beetle? Oh, it's dead.
It's in the fridge.
Yeah.
Put it in with the pigs.
Whatever.
So over here, I'm gonna make 4 batches of blueberry muffins. Cause if you get a ton of blueberries, obviously you need to make blueberry muffins. I'm using einkorn flour because we are trying to move away from more of like wheat and stuff like that again. But if we are using it, we're using einkorn flour mainly. So I have that in here. And yeah, and so instead of sugar, using honey, butter from our own cow. Butter. Oh, you're gonna need a new battery. Yeah. And then the blueberries from going to the blueberry farm. And I just kind of put everything here because I'm waiting for this needs to get to room temperature before I can actually start. So these are all the eggs I need. And I've got this for the salt. And apparently every batch of blueberries calls for a tablespoon of vanilla of blueberry muffins.
Moly.
So that's a lot.
That's a ton.
Yeah. But anywho, yeah, I'm using Ryan's chair because I totally forgot to record. Like I was literally almost done and I went, crap, I told you guys I was gonna show you guys canning the peaches. Completely forgot. It was a bit more stressful than anticipated. It took a lot longer than anticipated. I lost peripheral vision in one of my eyes and I was like super, super dizzy. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Well, you know, I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which I've talked about before. And I am pretty borderline with POTS, and with that is, I think it's called like a vasovagal cinoscope episode or whatever. That's basically what I had because I was standing for hours in a hot kitchen, and so my blood pressure dropped. So, using the chair today. I'm a little frustrated though because, you know, we're homesteaders, and I can't do basic homesteading things because of a connective tissue disorder without potentially passing out. Enter the chair that I'm borrowing from my husband. So
that works.
Yeah.
So it is quite a few hours later. It's actually 8:45. Dad and I are out here starting to set all the posts for what I did earlier. I already laid out all of the T-posts where they need to go, marked it, everything's good to go. So basically we're just coming through. We're gonna use the T-post pounder from our friends that they've let us borrow again, so that would go pretty quick. And we already set 1 wooden post down by the house. We're gonna set 1 other up here, and then we will be good to go. And the reason we're doing this so late is because, as I mentioned earlier, was very hot today. It was like, it feels like 100 degrees with the sun beating down. I did not want to be outside doing a bunch of manual labor. So we chose to wait till the sun came down. It's still like 90 degrees and feels like 90, whatever. But at least the sun's not beating down on us. So we're gonna try and get this done pretty quick and then head in, because I don't plan on doing too much beyond just getting these posts in this evening. So yeah, that's where we're at, and right here is where our wooden post is going. Hey Rev, what are you doing?
Flying the drone.
The last few days, you know, now that I've been getting the drone out more for different utilitarian purposes. I was thinking, you know, it'd be nice to actually get some neat drone shots of when we're actually doing work. So like the other day I put it up when I was measuring out that line, but because I was...
Daddy! Holy cow, they
What?
ate that down a lot right there.
Yep, because that's where the horses were. But because I was doing the work, I couldn't also fly the drone, so I just put the drone up and left it stationary and did the work and moved it and did some more work. And it's like, what fun is that? It'd be much better if we had somebody else that could do the drone.
Daddy, would I hit the tree if I tried to go over and see the horses?
No, you're high enough that you shouldn't hit the trees. You know, with a little bit more practice and learning, they'll be able to actually fly the drone and get some footage while I'm out doing work or, you know, whatever. So that's kind of where my mind is and why I wanted them to start learning how to fly it. But yeah, so right now I showed them the general motions. Uh-oh. Yep. Battery's dying.
Get it back. Get it back.
Okay. We'll bring it home. So I showed them general maneuvers, got them familiar with, okay, how to go forward, backward, up, down, left, right, rotate, all that. And then I just put it up like 200 feet in the air. That way there's no obstacles they could hit. And it was just merely learning how to, you know, go around, see different areas, change the camera. Oh, there it is. Watch out. You don't want your fingers by that. That will cut your fingers up. If those blades, yes, those blades will cut up your fingers if you touch them while they're running.
Well, when they're not running and I've just lightly touched them, they don't.
Well, yeah, when it's not running. But when it's spinning, it is spinning very fast.
Yeah,
And
we can't even see them.
they will definitely give you some lacerations. Nope. You can go forward and spin around and you'll be able to get a better view. So I would go, like, go forward.
Shade.
Yeah, they're probably in that shade there. If you want to see the horses, we know the horses are in that pasture. So let's come this way.
And then look down.
Yep, so if we come over by
Honey,
the
don't
garden.
take the top with you. You're going to have to put this on.
Okay, now we're over by the garden. So now let's, yep, you can go down and spin it around.
We're not allowed.
And look at that.
And Daddy,
I see horses.
Daddy,
What's
once
up?
we're really, really, really good at flying a drone, we'll be able to go lower like you do.
Yep. But I want you guys to get used to the controls and be able to maneuver around before we bring it lower where there's obstacles. Yeah, you can hear
I
it.
hear it. Oh, it's right there, Daddy. It's right there.
Yep, it's coming.
Something.